Welcome to this episode of Clout is Not Currency podcast, where we have conversations about value, worth, and influence. I'm your host, Blessing Makosha, aka Big Money B, because I'm focused on cheddar, I'm focused on cheese, and I don't let a bum chick get a touch up on me. This podcast is powered by Planet Blessing, and all of our episodes are streamed exclusively on video via No Ghostwriters YouTube channel. And if you'd like an extended version of every episode, then make sure that you head to the No Ghostwriter Patreon page, where you also get access to exclusive behind the scenes content, extended clips of other content, and you get to see the live streams of all our events when we host them around the world, starting with our next event, which is going to be in Shoreditch, London, which is my local block, so make sure you come through. And it's on the 9th of December, and we're going to be having different artists come join us, have different guests, and overall we're going to have a really fun and enjoyable discussion. And if you're part of the Patreon, the day before that we're going to be having a birthday party for Nicki Minaj. It's her birthday on the 8th of December, so on Wednesday we wear pink and we have a good pink party. So these are all of the good stuff that you get when you're part of the Patreon, so don't miss out, don't sleep, get yourself on board with the Patreon as soon as you can, and definitely get yourself your in-person tickets to join us on the 9th of December in London, in Shoreditch, because it's going to be a good vibe. So before we get into this episode, I want to thank our sponsor, Surfshark VPN. So Surfshark VPN ensures that you are protected as you navigate the internet, and the good thing about it is that it protects all of your information. So that's down to your sensitive banking information, things like your passwords, your browsing history, and so on. But another benefit is that it has a location switcher. So if you need to, you can switch your location in order to be able to access content or other things that you need to access from a different geographical location. And if you travel a lot, which I know is currently quite hard with the pandemic, but if you travel a lot or you're not at home, you can still get all your creature comforts from home if you use Surfshark VPN. So they have an offer right now for 83% off your first 3 months. And also you get a 30-day money-back guarantee. Check that out. To use it, use the link in the description of this episode, or use my code Blessing Makosha. That's BLESSING MUKOSHA for your access to the 83% off discount. So I hope you enjoy that. It's got the 30-day money back guarantee. So thank you again to Surfshark for sponsoring this episode, and now we'll get into the content. So before we get started, I wanted to say rest in peace to Virgil Abloh, who passed away today, and also just send out love and condolences to my friends who are feeling and mourning his loss. I've seen people talking about it on the timeline, and I understand that this is going to be a really major loss for a lot of people, and so I wanted to send that out and start off this episode. So on to the main topics in this week's podcast. I wanted to start by talking about Doja Cat and the not that new news that has come out regarding her production deal with Dr. Luke, or his music entertainment production company. But essentially just talking about the contractual situation that Doja Cat is in. You know, she's come out and has expressed that she's not happy, she's tired, she wants to do, you know, normal things that are just normal things that she does, like, you know, play games at home and just chill. But because she's got to be Doja Cat all the time, she can't. And then some news also came out that, it's revealed that Dr. Luke has been credited on some of Doja's major hits, including Say So. And Dr. Luke himself has a problematic past allegations. The main and most notorious one is with the artist Kesha, who alleged that Dr. Luke had actually assaulted her and had asked to be relieved from her contract because of that, which, you know, led to an entire public and legal battle. And so Dr. Luke isn't gone. You know, Saweetie has worked with him as well, and it seems that his presence in the industry is established. So the fact that Doja is working with him, this deal that she signed with him was, I believe, for 8 years ago. And someone can change a lot. But the thing I wanted to talk about is both from the angle, as a lawyer and also as somebody who has seen how 360 deals have affected female rappers. I talked about it. There's a video on No Ghostwriter where we talk about why Nicki Minaj didn't sign the female rapper 360 deal. There is this don't drink the pickle juice attitude that artists should have, but you can struggle to have that, especially when you haven't fully realized the dream. If you think about it, when you're an artist at the beginning, you believe in yourself, you're talented, but if you sign a production deal, these people will ride out with you for, a decade or X many years, however long it takes for you to blow. And then when you blow, like, damn Skippy, their name is gonna be all over everything. So the lesson or the thing to take away from the 360 conversation, and it's with respect to like people who are in 360s and how that affects them, the lesson is don't compromise, don't compromise, know your value going in. And that's something that Nipsey Hussle, talked about. He learned from 50 Cent that having a strong early valuation sets you up for the rest of your career. And it is hard, and I think it is particularly hard for female artists as well, for them to be as savage, as ruthless. But like I said in that video on Nicki and the female rapper 360 deal, why she didn't sign it, it's worth it. But I think there's something to be said in the fact that just 3 of the most prominent female hip-hop artists of the past 4 years, besides the reigning queen Nicki, of course, Cardi, Megan, Doja Cat, all at some point or another in some form of 360 contract. And then some of the best in the business that we've got, Cupcake, Malibu Mitch, Doechii, who I do believe is signed now, but she may be independent. These artists are going through, trial and tribulation after trial and tribulation with labels, and it's not working to the point that they're just stepping out and just doing their own thing and being independent. And more artists are going that way. So it's like, on the one hand, a label can give you that security, especially at the start of your career. But on the other hand, they can also be a bit of a ball and chain for you, because they want the product to keep coming and you're exhausted. And, in Doja Cat's case, she was pumping out album after album after album since her debut. When you're in that kind of an arrangement, you've got to go to work, you've got to get money. The same thing that happened to Megan. And one of the things that I just think stands out is just knowing your value going in. And I'm sure there's so many challenges. I'm 100% certain that there are so many challenges to doing just that. But I think it's still worth it at the end of the day. You have to know your worth. You have to be able to know what you're signing away as an artist. And it's not even to say that 360, the security it can provide, can really be encouraging for an artist. And I don't think we should look down on it per se. I don't think we should look down on artists who are in these kinds of deals per se. I think what we should do is encourage everybody to just know and learn more about the engagements they get into. For the last topic of this week's episode of CLOUT is Not Currency podcast, want to talk about Nicki Minaj and how she is just warming up. So she's been posting some fire pictures on the Instagram recently, and one of them with this like silver bubble on her head suggests that she's on set. So what else could be cooking up in her lab? We don't know. But Esther Dean, who wrote the hook for Super Bass, is allegedly involved, hanging out with Nicki. We don't know. Is she in the studio? We don't know. But I just think she's warming up, and it's crazy how Nicki can have that entire press effect off of a few quick pictures of her. Like, it's insane the fact that she can do this and have this impact over 10 years after her debut. That's what we call Queen of Rap. Like, it's just Queen of Rap. So I love it. I love the fact that she's clearly teasing us and more is to come, and really looking forward to seeing whatever she's got in store. And also congratulations to Nicki for hosting Real Housewives of Potomac. I watched the live stream. It was really good. She was very direct, asked a lot of direct questions, which I like. And I like it when she's in her hosting bag. I want Queen Radio to come back. That's like a big thing for me. I want it to come back because I really like the way she talks to people, the things she brings out of people. I think it's really good. So yeah. So that brings us to the end of the episode. Thank you for listening to this episode of CLOUT is Not Currency podcast. I hope that this episode has inspired you to think differently about value, worth, and influence, and empowered you in some way. And if you enjoyed this podcast, then please make sure to follow us on your streaming platform of choice and leave us a review, and make sure that you check out all of our other episodes as well. All right.